How are you?
I'm doing good today. How is your day going so far?
It's kind of stressful, but kind of relieved. Relieved in a way that I got something big out of the way, but kind of stressed because I still have to catch up for kind of how I felt, kind of fell back a little bit.
Do you want to talk about that today? What caused you to fall back?
Well, we'll start in the beginning, like, when you don't submit something, it's kind of like a ripple effect. So, like, I didn't submit something in the beginning, and it kind of just made me, you know, try to. I would take one step forward, but two steps back, sort of deal. So
Yeah.
I'm still going, but for every assignment I turn in, it's kind of like I feel like I took two steps back, and then, but I'm not, like behind assignments, just a couple things, which is fine. Well, not fine, because I don't like, you know, but it could be worse. And then I submitted my first graduate school application.
Ooh, congratulations on that.
Thank you, thank you. Uh, it was stressful. I mean, it was stressful because I left my resume kind of like last minute, which I think was very. I think I just beat myself up to it, and not because I creating the resume part of it wasn't that difficult. It's something I should have been more on top of, and I will be more on top of for my next graduate school application I submit. And I guess the hardest part was, I mean, even creating the personal essay. We had to create a personal statement. Putting it together was not hard. That's because it asks you questions, you answer them. You got to use critical thinking. Write everything down. The difficult part is just kind of wondering what's going to happen. All these thoughts are running through my head. Like, am I going to get in? Am I not going to get in? Are they going to like my resume? Are they not going to like it? Are they going to like my personal statement? Are they not going to like it? So it's like I'm happy I submitted it, but it's
Yeah.
still, and I'm happy I submitted it in the priority deadline instead of waiting till because I think they even extended the second deadline until March 30th.
Oh, wow.
And it's like if I'm done, why not submit it in the first deadline instead of waiting?
Mhm.
You know, so I'm happy it's you know out of the way, but I still gotta catch up on everything else because yeah, it's
So, would you say that school and your college application to the master's program has been causing you extra anxiety and
yeah.
stress?
A lot of it is because I'm not the only one applying. It's also in a way my wife because we're a team.
Okay.
So that's just how I look at it. So if I fail in school, it's gonna affect her because it's for our future, not just my future.
Hmm.
If I look at it like, oh, I'm graduating, I'm going to be very successful, that might be true, but I'm not just doing it for myself. It's still
Oh,
recorded.
sorry.
That's fine. But so, you know, and because she's been there with me through the military, and she was there with me through everything. She literally dropped her life to move with me to California. She didn't have to, but she did.
Wow.
And now she's not going back to college, and she's working because she wants to make sure she's going to be putting her life on hold for almost 8 years for me. So it's only fair that the way that I have to look at it as in like I'm not just getting an opportunity to go. It's also her. Yeah, obviously technically I'm the one graduating with a diploma, all this, but I think the more I do in school, the more, you know, it's going to benefit her too because we'll be able to start a family. She'll be able to stay at home like she wants to. She wants to be a stay-at-home mom, which is fine with me. And so the more I feel I succeed in school, the better it is for us, so we can have a good, you know.
Yeah.
So
So it seems to me your application is more than just an application. It's gonna solidify the idea you have in your head of building a family in the future, of maybe not proving, but kind of gratifying your wife, saying like, "Hey, we're almost there."
Yes, exactly.
And
Yeah,
and that's anxiety. Is that anxiety building up in you?
Yeah, it is. It
like
is.
if I don't get in, you have to wait another year. You have to wait another whatever.
Yeah, I mean, if I don't get in, I'll be bummed, obviously. But fate, God, or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
if you're religious or not, I think there's a the universe, whatever higher power
Yeah.
has a plan and a path for you already created. You just got to work to find that path. So, yeah, if I get in, that means we got in.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm the one doing the work, homework, but I don't really look at it the way I do it, and it's like, so it's huge. It's a huge deal just because 3 years ago I was barely enrolling, coming back to school. I to be honest, when I was in the military, I thought I was, how do I say this? I just thought I wasn't smart. I thought I was not intelligent. I was like, wow. Just because in the military, I feel like they don't focus too much on education. It's more, staying in shape, knowing how to shoot a gun, just, stuff like that. But when you do want to get an education, you're allowed to go to college.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a lot of leaders who don't want you to go to college, succeed, maybe because they never got the chance and they don't want you to get the chance. So it's just, I thought I was just not a smart person. I was convinced that I'm not smart. I'm never going to go back to college because I'm dumb. Like I just thought I was not an intelligent person. So I went back to school, gave it a shot, and I said if I fail this semester, I'm done. I did good and I kept going. So.
Well, Lionel, it seems to me that you're not a, how you would put it, dumb person. It seems to me that you have been through a lot of difficult situations in the past, and you should be proud of yourself for what you have achieved. And I know that your wife is struggling. You're struggling to try to almost prove. It seems like you're trying to prove that what you're doing is
going to be worth it
to your wife.
Yeah.
And I'd like to ask you this: like on a scale of 1 to 10, how much stress do you think trying to prove it to your wife causes you?
Well, I'm sorry. I should have worded it differently. It's not that I'm trying to prove it because she knows I can do it. She knows She knows I'm going to graduate. She knows I'm going to go on and do big things. She has a lot of faith in me because she knows I'm smart. But the thing is that school, I guess dumb was the wrong word to use. I guess I thought I wasn't intelligent. So she knows I could get good grades because I proved it, but the thing is, it takes me a little longer to learn things. It takes me a lot longer to comprehend certain material. So she knows, and even if for some reason I didn't go back to school, she would have been proud of me. But to me, that's not enough. And I'm not just going back to school for us. I'm going back to school because of my mom.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So it seems to me that you have a lot of really important people in your life that support you, like really support you.
Yeah.
I think that's awesome, and they're almost like a safety net for you in a lot of ways. Like they help you build you up and stuff.
Yeah. And I mean, part of the reason I'm, being born in this country, I guess you could say is a privilege in some ways. So however you look at it. Because my mom came from Mexico. She didn't graduate. She didn't go to school past 7th grade. She doesn't know English, but I still think she's done a lot of good things in her life, and she's been successful. She works hard. And every day growing up, she told me, look, I came to America so my future kids go to college, graduate from college, and do good things.
That's awesome.
So part of the reason is to show her, look, you leaving your country, coming to Mexico for us, it's going to be worth it. So, it's kind of emotional to think about just because in a way she wants to live maybe stuff she wants to do through us. So if we succeed, that'll make her proud.
Yeah.
So I I mean I maybe I'm living the American dream, whatever that might be, but who knows? I don't know.
Yeah, no, I think it's really cool that you have such a great support system.
Yeah.
Do you think that these people, your wife, your mom, your family members, could help you in times like this where you feel overwhelmed and stressed?
Yes, 100%. And that's part of the reason why I've been successful is because I don't have to work going to school. I don't
Yeah,
have to
that's
work.
nice.
I have all the time in the world to do any homework I have to do. I have no excuse not to get anything done. So when I do miss a deadline, I beat myself up over it. I I take it really personal. I take it really hard because I had no excuse. There has been in the past that some life events have happened, and that has happened a couple times this semester. But I still, I guess I beat myself. I'm my biggest critic, as some would say. So yeah, if they haven't been supporting me, and that's part of the reason why I think I will continue being successful in school is
Okay.
because just my support system from friends
Yeah.
and family and professors. It's just a combination of everything.
That's awesome, Lionel. So, how do you want to in the future if you're put in another situation where you're kind of you feel like you're falling behind, the two steps back, one step forward
Yeah.
situation? How would you want to approach it better?
Just not be afraid to continue going. Sometimes when I fall behind, I'm afraid. I get afraid,
Yeah.
and oh man, I don't know if I want to do this. But it's just a matter of just doing it.
Yeah.
I always tell my wife like, she wants to spend more time with her mom because we're moving soon, and she always says I need to spend time with her. I need to spend time with her. And I told her, look, instead of talking about wanting to spend time with her, just do it. I know because she values her days off because it's her rest, and everyone should value their days off. And I told her, look, you might have to sacrifice some of your days off to go spend time with your mom. You just have to do it. And she said that she appreciated me telling her that because you just have to do it.
Yeah.
So I just
Want to follow that same motto.
yeah. So if I'm going to preach it, I better practice it myself. So
Well, Lionel, this has been really good, and I'm really happy to see you today.
oh yeah, of course. Happy to see you too, and thank you for listening to me. And
Yeah.
yeah, awesome, sweet. Go. Oh, we're good.